You are listening to the Dr.Grande podcast. Another episode begins right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And another warm welcome to you, whether you're listening to us on Spotify or watching us on YouTube or DocFlix. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. I can't believe the overwhelming support we're getting, the growth that we're getting. So thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode. And I tell you what, as much as I love the stream, as much as I love the new segment, Success Begins on Sunday, I love it all. And there's not one that I love more than the other because they're all awesome and I get to connect with you guys in different ways in doing so. So thank you so much for being awesome. Round of applause for you, pat on the back, because it's you guys that make this possible, and I just can't thank you enough. So if it seems like every time I'm coming here and saying thank you, it's because I cannot thank you enough. I'm very appreciative and thankful for you guys and your support and your loyalty. As I sit here and record it, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a great time, especially, after a year of uncertainty with coronavirus, to get with loved ones, people that you care about, in a room and spend some time with them. And I hope you were able to do that. And if not, you'll find some time this year to make that happen. I have to say, from my vantage point, I had a great Thanksgiving. I had a good Thanksgiving. Good food, by the way. But one thing that I will walk away from the Thanksgiving table this year thinking about and really focusing on in my life is how I think, and I'm of the belief, that Thanksgiving shouldn't just be this one day a year to be thankful, to recognize the things that we are thankful for and the most meaningful. And I'm just as guilty as maybe some of you that, we get wrapped up in our world. We get wrapped up in circumstances, our jobs, our careers, our family life, or whatever. And we get focused on what we don't have, what we're wanting, the goals we're fighting for, the things we're trying to achieve, that we lose sight of the things that we already have. We lose sight of the things that mean the most to us. We lose sight of the things that we should be thankful and appreciative, not just one day a year, but all the time. Because you never know how long you have that, how long that's going to last until it's gone. And if you've been following me, if you've been listening to the podcast, you know I lost my dad this year. And I'm not saying that for brownie points or anything, but it certainly impacted my Thanksgiving. It certainly made Thanksgiving different because there was a void there. And I couldn't help but remind myself that I was thinking that any moment he was going to walk through the door, he's going to want those cranberries. He loved cranberries. He loved mashed potatoes. He loved it all. And I was just thinking about that. And it kind of formed the idea of what I'm trying to convey to you today, which is that Thanksgiving shouldn't be a one day a year holiday. Appreciation and gratefulness is impactful. Not only to recognize it for yourself, but being able to articulate that and express that to other people. That's the key. Because maybe you felt this, maybe you've had this happen to you, but you feel thankful for what you have in your heart. You're thankful for your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your spouse, your friends, your colleagues, your family. And you have all the right ideas and all the right feelings in your heart, and you feel that way about them, but you don't dare, or you don't ever let them know. See, it's one thing to be grateful for something or someone. It's another to be able to convey that appreciation, that gratefulness to another person. And I was thinking, what if I would have known that this Thanksgiving my dad wasn't going to be around? And I started to think that question. And I was like, well, if I knew that, then I'd probably call him more. I'd probably blow off things to be around him more. But then I started thinking, and that sounds like great ideas, but the problem is that there's an if there. If I know that this thing's going to go away or I'm not going to longer be there, I will do something different. Why? Why does something having to be taken away or lost for you or myself to treat that entity, that person, that thing differently? The better question is, and the follow-up question is, why would that matter? Why wouldn't you treat them the same way throughout? And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. You shouldn't have to wait till something's gone for you to appreciate it, to wish you had it, to go, boy, I wish I would have spent more time. Boy, I wish I would have called more. Boy, I wish I would have just not think they're crazy. So my thing this week, and the thing that I want to convey this week, is that what are you truly thankful for? And some people, they get around the table and it's all in the moment about the feelings, and they're like, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, you're grateful, But really, at the end of the day, what are you grateful for? Why are you grateful for that? Don't just say it because someone else at the table said it. It sounds good. You want to make a good impression. But what down to your heart that you are appreciative for? And number 2, how are you conveying that on a regular basis? I was in a relationship for a long time. My longest relationship was 10 years. And, I had all the right things that I wanted to do for a relationship, all the things I wanted to be for a relationship. But you know what the irony is? You know what's ironic about it? You can have the right ideas in mind, but it doesn't mean you have the right execution in mind. It doesn't mean you have the right thing going on other than what's going on in your mind. The fault that I had is that I couldn't convey that to my partner, my partner at the time, she didn't think I was involved or had those things in mind because I didn't convey it to her. That was my error. And I'm not going to sit here and defend myself and say, I'm the best person in the world, and I make mistakes. And I'm willing to even talk to you about the mistakes. I don't have an ego where I have to hide behind and just make this false narrative of who I am. That's not what the stream's about. That's not what the podcast is about. I'm just being real with you guys. So what that taught me is that you can have the right ideas in mind and stuff like that, but doesn't mean you're conveying that to the person. See, it's the idea of being able to convey those feelings, those thoughts, that appreciation, that gratefulness to the other person on a regular basis, in some cases a daily basis, and not waiting till you lose it for them to know, to say, hey, you know what? I love you. I appreciate you. So follow-up question to what I'm saying is like, what are you thankful for? How are you conveying that to the other person? Now, I'm not saying you have to get on your knees and say, oh, I'm so grateful for you, but legitimately, how are you conveying that to the person that it's reminded that they're important to you, that they mean something to you? Because I tell you what, if you do that, that is more significant than the one-off little gift. Yeah, it might be in the moment, but you build rapport, you build this foundation in the relationship and with your parents, whatever, that you don't have to keep saying how appreciative and thankful you are. They just know. And when they know that, the other person knows that, how grateful and appreciative you are, not just through your action, but through the meaning of those actions, that's the greatest gift I think you can give. That's more important than all the gifts that you can get. All the gifts you can give are going to give this Christmas is the legitimacy and authenticity. There we go. Authenticity of those actions, of those words being put in the actions. And I think a lot of times we just lose that. We just think, oh, I'll just get a gift. I'll just, that shows appreciation, right? No. Be appreciative of that person. Respect that person. If you're in business, form appreciation for good clients. I mean, you don't have to wine and dine them. You don't have to get them gifts, but people know when you're being authentic and when you're not being authentic. I tell you that much. I tell you what, I don't like false, the phoniness of people trying to be authentic and they're not authentic. That false, phony niceness, I don't like it. It's a pet peeve of mine. But just learn that don't wait until it's too late or something's gone or something's ruined to go, man, I wish I had that. Don't let a mystical timeline that it may leave be a factor to treat someone differently. Treat them like you would any other day. Like it's your last day. Like it's their last day on a daily basis. Tim McGraw wrote a song. I'm not sure if he wrote it, but he sang a song. I'll say it like that. It's called Live Like You Were Dying. And it talks about appreciating people in life enough to not just think about them every so often, but to literally live like today was your last. If today was your last day, what would you tell the people that you love? How would you convey that thankfulness, that gratefulness, that love to those people? And can you and will you start to do that on a daily basis? I mean, if you're truly grateful for that person or those people, could you do it on a daily basis? Could you dare to love someone more than you love yourself? Those are the questions you have to answer. It's sad that we have a day of Thanksgiving, right? But there are people out there, there are family members out there who don't speak to one another, who allow differences to divide them, to separate them, to be, I'm never going to speak to you again. There are friends out there who goes, oh, you did this, so I'm never going to speak to you again. How many times, history has a way of repeating itself. How many times have you heard someone do that and then the other person leaves, gone, pass away, and they're like, I wish I wouldn't have done that. And I think that comes in with maturity. I think that going through what I've been going through, maturing in life, if you will, there shouldn't be something greater than that you're gonna willing to put off family, true friendship over a spackle, over a differences. Yeah, people do messed up things. Yeah, people are jerks. They're downright ugly sometimes. But if you're going to hold up and put a wall up because of something that happened 5 years ago, 2 years ago, a month ago, a week ago, why? I think time is more valuable than that. I think time and the meaning of life, the pursuit of happiness is more important than just taking something and allowing that something to control you, to block you from future things, to block you from moving past certain things in life. Because they're really what they are, they're just weights. You're just allowing something to, that irritation, that frustration to fester in your life, in your heart, in your mind, and that's wasted time. So maybe you didn't talk to someone this Thanksgiving because you're at a difference with them. Maybe you have a family member or somebody that, did you wrong, or you felt wrong by them, or don't let that stuff eat you up inside. See, sometimes we're thankful for the easy stuff. We're thankful for whatever is easy and nice to us, but it takes a person of maturity and true character to be thankful for the people even when they do them wrong. Even when they are wronged by a person, still thinking, you know what, I'm thankful for that person. I didn't like what they did, but I'm thankful for Uncle blah, blah, blah. Now, just because I'm saying let that stuff go, move past it, doesn't mean you just open the door to be taken advantage of or mistreated or disrespected. I'm just saying deal with it in a way that is healthy and not festering and holding you back and preventing you from moving on, to moving forward. Because I think life, there's more things to do in life. Relationships are more meaningful. Time is more valuable. And it's not the amount of time you spend with someone, it's the quality of time. I've come to learn that. And I tell you, some of the things I'm talking about today, I wish I would have learned way sooner. And I think I kind of knew about it. But it's one thing to know it and another thing to put it in practice. It's easy to get up here and sit in front of a microphone or tell someone something, but it's another thing to practice it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, anything I tell you guys, I try to put it into practice. And I do. And I don't talk about it until I have a realization and I make a change. And just that's why this Thanksgiving was different for me. So as we move into a new year, and on we have a new segment, Success Starts on Sunday, where we talked about building those dreams and those goals. As we move into a new year, 2022, it's crazy to think we're already going to be in a new year here shortly. Are you going to let stuff from 2021 prevent you from opportunities and the great stuff ahead of you in the last few months of 2021 and going into 2022? Is that going to be you? Are you going to have an appreciation for people and the people that love you, the people that care? And are you going to be able to not just have the right things in mind? Are you going to be able to convey that to them frequently and often that they get it? They don't need any action. They just know. I'm not saying don't do the action, by the way. I'm not saying that. But don't allow for any room or doubt for people to know if you love them, if you appreciate them. And so what I'm obligated, now that my father's gone and the way I feel it, maybe you lost a loved one, is not to be saddened. It is sad, it's tragic that they're not there, but to move in a position where you are thankful for all those memories. I have a lot of memories about my father. Being thankful for those memories and allowing those memories to live on and live through people. To pass those memories on, to pass those things that my father gave me and taught me on to the people I'm thankful for and that I love. One of the things I am so grateful for and so moved by is the amount of people that have outreach to me about how much of an impact my dad was to them. I didn't know how many people were inspired and motivated and touched by my father. And my biggest, in addition to that, is how all my friends, my good friends, my true friends, that have come to know my father, have accepted and viewed my father as their own. Not saying that their father's not significant, but he was that father figure for a lot of my friends. And I'm not saying that to gloat or to brag about my father, but the memories that we've had, not just that I have my father, but my friends have of my father will live on, and his legacy will live on through my friends that he's touched. I'm thankful for that. Because I think through that, his legacy, his purpose, his love, his caring, he had a big heart, a big, big heart. He believed in people when they didn't believe in himself. He gave people a second chance. And I think that's where a lot of my motivation comes from, to want to help people, wanting to give to others. I've been fortunate in my life, and I want to give back to other people. We'll live on. So this week, I want you to figure out what you're thankful for. You should know. Even if you're mad at them, write it on the list and come up with a plan to live like that person's last day or your last day, to constantly get in the habit of letting people know how much you care about them, how much you appreciate them, how much you are thankful for them. Because I think we need more of that. I think it's too easy to send a text and stuff that says, thank you. We overuse the word thank you. I think thanks is overused so much that the meaning has been saturated. But get in the position where you can appreciate and let people know and convey that appreciation despite what the circumstances are. How many days you have left, how many days they have left here on planet Earth. And I tell you, that will vastly enrichen your relationship, your view on life in a way. Because I've always said, and I've always believed, that it's better to give than it is to receive. There's more in giving than there is receiving. And if you can give that to people, that is the greatest gift in the world. I mean, think about it. People spend their life looking for companionship, to feel loved, to feel like they belong. That's why I kind of like the movie Hercules, that song that he sings, Find My Way, I don't know if some of you have watched Hercules, but it was about him trying to fit in, find somewhere where he belongs, where he's accepted. And a lot of times, we watch these cartoons and they're teaching lessons. They're showing struggles that we can all relate to, and we all do. But we have the power to make those difference. We have the power to find those people. We have the power to appreciate those people, to help those people. And I think that is where we can take what we see as a mythical, fictional story and make it into reality, where we can grow and strengthen not only ourselves, but the other people, people that we love. And I believe that you should elevate the people that you love to a new level. People like, oh, Doc, that's too ambitious. Why are you so ambitious? Because you deserve the great things in life, and the people that you love deserve to share those things with you. So why not make a difference in someone's life? Why not make a difference in the people that love you, support you, you care about, you're thankful for? Why not? So please do me the favor. Make a commitment to want to express appreciation, gratitude, thankfulness to your true friends, your immediate family, and your loved one, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend. Because I'm telling you, it will come back tenfold for you. And don't just do it just for that. Do it because you care about those people. So as we celebrate Thanksgiving this year, it was bittersweet for me. But I now, like I've just told you, that I have the purpose to be thankful for. I have the memories to be thankful for. And I have a new, profound perspective on what it means to be thankful for and this thing we call Thanksgiving. And that Thanksgiving shouldn't just be a once a year thing. It should be a 365 days a week. Appreciating what you have and not worrying about what you don't have. Don't get caught up in all the stuff that the other person has, your neighbor has, your competitor has. Be thankful for what you got. Focusing on that. And that is the key, ladies and gentlemen. That is the key to getting yourself lined up for the opportunities that await you, for the days that are ahead of you, to be at your prime, to live at your best, and to not be bogged down by distractions where you miss opportunities, you miss moments that are critical in your life. Okay? Can we stipulate to that? Can we agree to that today? I hope you can. I know you can, but I hope you do. So I want to thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. It's my pleasure, my honor, and I'm so grateful to be able to come into each of you guys' life, to your world, and just have a conversation. Don't forget to be able to be a part of the conversation. The conversation is never dead. Go to drgrande.com. You can email me, topic requests, things you want to hear, feedback. If you don't want me to read it, just say, please don't read on air, and I won't. And also be sure to check out our new segment. Success starts on Sundays, every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next week.